The Chicago Bears take on the Detroit Lions in week 2. So let's go ahead and preview this matchup for you guys and give you guys a final score prediction at the very end. So what is going on, guys? Faiz Sports All back at it with another video. Talking some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, please do hit that subscribe button down below. And please make sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All right, before we get into it, quick word for the sponsor of the video, ProfitX. ProfitX is America's #1 sports prediction market. It is a peer-to-peer sports prediction market where users play against each other instead of the books, the sports books, or the house. You almost always are going to get the best price on any spread, money line, total, and player props since you're playing against other people instead of the book. Trust me on this, guys. Better odds are on ProfitX. And right now, if you use my promo code FST, you can claim up to $200 in profit cash on all plays for the first 30 days playing on the site. We can win real money predicting sports, guys. Check out ProfitX. All terms and conditions apply. All right, let's get right into this, people. So I got a lot to say here about this matchup. Coming off that collapse against the Minnesota Vikings, we should be 1-0 right now. We're 0-1. But it is what it is. You move forward. All right. So I got two keys for this game, one for the offense, one for the defense. Let's start with the offense. All right. Taking a look at this Detroit Lions defense, they got blasted by the Packers last week. Okay. The Packers were just able to do whatever they wanted. It was a blowout at the very end. It was, the Lions playing in garbage time, I should say, at the very end. But it was a blowout. As far as the game itself, and it was not relatively close. And why did the Detroit Lions struggle, right? The Packers were able to kind of get whatever they wanted in this game from an offensive standpoint. And it's not even like Josh Jacobs went completely nuts or anything like that, right? They just had the deep passing game working. Jordan Love had a number of big completions. And so for me, the first key on offense here is actually going to be utilizing the quick, short passing game with a bunch of yak. All right, so we saw in that first game against the Vikings, like Caleb got off to a great start, but there was a lot of stuff that was off script. There was a lot of stuff that Caleb had to create on his own. And this week, I want Ben Johnson to be able to get more of a short passing game going that puts guys in position to get a lot of yards after the catch. So we know this is what Ben Johnson's great at, right? And we all know, obviously, that Caleb did miss throws. I've obviously talked about that. He needs to be better this week. But how do you help your young quarterback get better? You give him easy completions like you did at the start of the game, all right? So I want a lot more of, DJ Moore and Robin Nudes in the middle of the field to be able to get the football and take it to the house or take it for chunk yardage. And a lot of that is also going to be based on how well the play action works. Now, I thought about, hey, let's run the football more. But here's the thing, folks. It's going to be hard just because of who you have here. DeAndre Swift last season with, obviously, the Bears playing against the Lions, he had 9 carries for 20 yards and 11 carries for 39 yards in 2 games against the Lions. Not very impressive. Not very good. Now, the Lions last season ranked 20th in rushing yards allowed. So I do think we need to run the football more. So it should be more so than we did last week. But I just feel like you might not get as much on the ground as you would like. And so, hey, let's use the short passing game as that extension of the run game to move the chains here. And yeah, take your shots down the field, chunk plays, if you will. But I want to build up Caleb's confidence this week. I want him to be able to put his playmakers in positions to be able to get a bunch of yardage. And that's really what I want to happen this week. Caleb played pretty well last season with a terrible coaching staff against the Lions. He had 334 yards on 26 for 40 passing for 2 touchdowns, no picks. And he also had 256 yards on 20 for 39 for 3 touchdowns and no picks. So we have seen Caleb play well against this Lions team, and that was with Aaron Glenn as the defensive coordinator. It is now Kelvin Shepard. So I definitely feel like Caleb needs that short passing game here. The Lions did blitz Jordan Love a handful of times. He played really well against the blitz. And so, again, that short passing game is going to take and come and benefit Caleb a lot here when he gets blitz here. So to me, that is really going to be the first key here. Yes, I think Ben Johnson's going to run the football more. I want more involvement with Kyle Manengai. We don't know about the status of Roshan Johnson yet, but absolutely run the football more, set up the play action. But the primary goal should be, hey, let's get short completions, quick completions in the pass game. Let's get our guys in yak opportunities. All right. Second key of the game, the defense. We got to focus on stopping the run game. Point blank, period. All right. The way the Packers were able to neutralize the Lions last week is they completely shut down David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs had 9 carries for 19 yards. David Montgomery, 11 carries for 25 yards. I mean, it was awful. I've never seen them play this bad as far as rushing the football. That is what we need to do here. All right? That's what we need to do here. And I'm not that scared of Jared Goff in the passing game because he's got John Morton calling the plays now. John Morton, the new offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. Until proven otherwise, I'm not scared of his game plan offensively as far as the passing game. What is he going to be easily able to do? Run the football. That's probably what he wants to do. That's probably what he wants to establish. We can't let him do that. We need to be able to stop the run. You have to stop Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. I'm way more terrified of them than I am of Jared Goff here. If Goff is able to slice and dice us through the air, so be it. But I am not going down like that. I will go down trying to stop the run game first and foremost, okay? So to me, that is going to be the key here. Please stop the run game. Focus on that if you are the Chicago Bears, because once you stop their run game, the Lions are just not the same team. And you obviously want to pressure Jared Goff. The Packers were able to sack him 3 times. Let's get some pressure from the edges here. We had Dio play a great game last week. Got a lot of pressure there. Obviously, Montez Sweat. I love for guys up in the interior to get up in Goff's face. So, yeah, I'm way more scared of the run game than Goff. Gibbs and Montgomery both had fantastic games against the Bears last season. Gibbs went for 100-plus in one of the games, and one of the games, Monty and Gibbs both went for 85-plus rushing yards. That cannot happen. Sorry, that just can't. So that's the key on defense, is to stop the run game for the Bears. Overall, folks, here's my thing, okay? Yes, tough loss in week 1, but take into account that we were up for a reason. All right, this is a football team that is capable of, winning football games. And I'm just not scared of this Detroit Lions team anymore with John Morton and Calvin Shepard as their coordinators. Not scared of Dan Campbell. Yeah, obviously they're going to be pissed off and they're going to want revenge. And, obviously you got the whole Ben Johnson factor going up against his former team. This is in Detroit. But I just feel like the Bears can pull this one out. Call me crazy, call me delusional, but I do think they will. I don't see this Lions team putting up 30-plus points unless, again, the running game is working like crazy. I just don't. I don't think John Morton's a great offensive coordinator, so I don't think that's going to be the case. And I told you guys what I feel like we should be able to do as far as offense. So give me the Bears to win this football game, bounce back. Ben Johnson gets his revenge against the Lions. It shouldn't be a revenge. He left, but that's the narrative everybody wants to go with. So, but I got the Bears winning this football game by a final score of 24-17, beating the Detroit Lions in Detroit and winning on Sunday afternoon football. I almost said Sunday night, Sunday afternoon football. So there you have it, folks. Bears win 24-17. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below as always. Thanks for watching.